Well, hello and welcome to Coffee Talk. Sorry for my tardy, everybody. But you know how it is. Everybody's been on vacation in this house and, been just kind of enjoying the time off, and I'm starting late today. What can I say? Happy New Year. It's January now of 2026. Let's see how fast this year goes by. Holy crap. Last year was like a blur and it sucked. I guess it's good that it seemed to go by so fast because it sucked. Although this year is starting out kind of weird with the whole kidnapping the president of another country thing. It's a little weird. How's everybody doing? Did you enjoy your New Year? I did. Ted and I had a very nice double date dinner with Sarah and Griff at a nice place in Greenville, and it was fun. It was fun. It was just the adults, and we just went out and ate nice food and had a couple drinks, and nothing crazy, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. We all had a good time. I sound like hell. Let's see. Southern Belle is first in the chat that I see. I don't know, maybe somebody else got here first, but that's the one that shows up first for me. So, Grand Rising, Southern Belle, Coriolis, Tony, Zybiz, Liz the Iron Maiden, Voy, Spicy Sarah, Ivan T. I think you got changed to the Ivan T, and then it added something to you, 1372, Billingtano. Jen Ruser. Changed your name, huh? User. GGX, whatever. J. Vincent Lindman, Flat Farmer. I did not see Jay Tolan's video. What was it about? Ginger Bush, good to see you. Aisling 717. Who else is here? Lowry Video Music yelling at me to hurry up. Plug your phone in, knucklehead. Hey, Jeff Rust. Bowling. Got Maderoed. What? Oh, are you still, where are you? The internet is lame now. It throws ads at you everywhere. No one buys the stuff. Ads are a psyop, yeah. Hello, Liz. It's always good to see you here. Hey, no, wait, what? Rye Russ. I can plug into the sand. All flights canceled from Puerto Rico. Oh, because we kidnapped the president of Venezuela. Date at bottom is December 29th. Oh, thank you. I'll change that right now. See, dude, come on. Vacation. There we go. Thank you for the reminder, Cammie. Appreciate that. Accidental Alchemist. My phone dies kisses from the beach. Hi, Three Fingers. Puerto Rico. Yeah, sounds like a good problem to have, right? Right, Sarah? So people were saying that Venezuela, the people of Venezuela were celebrating the U.S. coming in and kidnapping their president. Do you think that's true? A flight for Wednesday. Geocentric truth. 20 miles off the coast of Caracas, Venezuela. Aruba. Flights was canceled on the day of attack but has already resumed. Flip and dip. We still camping in the fall? Possibly. Do you guys want to have a big camp out at the music camp in the fall? I mean, it's possible. Oops, banging into stuff. Yes, they are celebrating. Venezuelans in Aruba are celebrating here, but people are generally stupid and dumb and don't understand that this was just for oil. Make it happen. Oh shit, did I hit go live on Rockfin? I suck. Alright, I'm live on Rockfin now. Venezuela. Oopsie doopsie. At least I just started. It's only been a few minutes, so I'm sorry, Rockfin. I wish it would just automatically start. You know? Are y'all going to start organizing all that soon? Yeah, probably. Hell yes, I'm down. I'll support Lowry. Will you come play music? I have a good friend from Venezuela who still has family there, and he said the same. The people are happy. Also, they have been propping up Trump since the election. Oh. So they've been propagandized? But why would they be happy? I don't understand. Like, how is this going to benefit those people? Because isn't it that, Venezuela just wants to have control of the oil, and the president is like, no. Remember the 70s? Remember us? We're the ones who even helped you start getting oil from your own place. So yeah, we have say so because you wouldn't even be having the oil if it wasn't for us type of deal. So like, how does it benefit them? I'm just curious. Why would they be happy? Do they say why? Regardless of the celebrations, they are getting ready for a technical lockdown. Josie says she wants to camp as long as there's no weenies there. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Venezuelan refugees are celebrating all around the globe. Okay, hardy har har. It's about oil and silver. I'll be down coincide the camp with the moon if you can. That would be fun. Digital surveillance. Venezuela has been in turmoil for about 20 years. Venezuela used to be like the United States. You could fill up a Hummer V12 with like $2 at the pump just about 7 years ago. Because of the money, their currency now has no value. They are using the US dollar. Well, the US dollar is losing value too, so, you know, what are you going to do? I'm sure we can bring them so much peace. US always brings everyone peace, yeah. They let all the infrastructure deteriorate, so the US is going to come in and reinvest in oil drilling. And that cheap oil price used to be around for a long time. Maduro and wife to appear in Manhattan federal court on Monday.
To other countries, including...
Oops, hold on. That's not routed correctly.
Affirming that the United States is in control of Venezuela after the raid that led to the capture of dictator Nicolas Maduro.
We're in charge.
Trump last night also issuing stark warnings to other countries, including Colombia.
Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me.
And Mexico.
Meanwhile, they're like, but you guys bought the cocaine.
Because they're pouring through Mexico. And
but you guys told us to bring it.
The president was also asked about Cuba, where the economy has been supported by Venezuela for decades. Many there now fear the U.S. could take military action in Cuba as well.
Cuba is ready to fall, you know.
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall.
You just wait for Cuba. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26, in our backyard, we're going to have allies in these countries doing business with America, not narco-terrorist dictators killing Americans.
The Cuban government claims 32 Cuban nationals were killed during the U.S. raid. Trump says they were protecting Maduro. The administration says no Americans were killed during Friday night's raid, but a few were injured. While many Republicans are praising the operation, Democrats and even some Republicans are condemning it. Outgoing Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene writing, "Why is it okay for America to militarily invade, bomb, and arrest a foreign leader, but Russia is evil for invading Ukraine, and China is bad for aggression against Taiwan? Is it only okay if we do it?" Trump defending the raid, saying Maduro's capture will lead to lower oil prices and fewer drugs coming into the U.S.
We're in the business of having countries around us that are viable and successful, and where the oil is allowed to freely come out because that's good. It gets the prices down. That's good for our country.
During your campaign, you talked about ending American foreign intervention. What changed your mind with Venezuela? What kind of drew your interest in it?
The fact that he sent drugs into our country.
But many noting Trump recently pardoned the former president of Honduras, who had been convicted in the U.S. of narco-terrorism conspiracy. Trump defended that pardon, calling the conviction a, quote, setup by the Biden administration. Now, Venezuela's former leader will get his day in court. Maduro and his wife are set to be taken to a federal courthouse in New York this morning for arraignment. U.S. prosecutors claim Maduro was at the forefront of narco-terrorism conspiracy to transport thousands of tons of cocaine into the U.S., sold Venezuelan diplomatic passports to individuals he knew were drug traffickers, seeking to move drug proceeds using private planes under diplomatic cover, and that he and his wife maintained state-sponsored gangs and ordered kidnappings, beatings, and murders against those who owed them drug money or undermined their operation.
People should read this indictment. They should read what this man did for the last 15 years of his life against the United States, him and his wife.
Maduro has long denied drug trafficking. It could be well over a year, though, before a jury is seated and the trial can begin.
Hilarious.
U.S. takeover of Venezuela's oil industry. President Trump is aiming to tap into that country's vast oil reserves, the largest in the world. ABC's Matt Rivers reports from Bogota, Colombia.
With President Maduro out, President Trump wants American oil companies in, saying the runway is now clear for U.S. corporations to revitalize a, quote, badly broken oil industry they once dominated. But tonight, some questioning if that plan is realistic.
The oil companies are going to go in, they're going to spend money, we're going to take back the oil.
Venezuela, a key ally of Russia and China, sits on the largest supply of oil reserves worldwide, a supply U.S. companies tapped for decades. But after Venezuela nationalized its oil industry, output plummeted. Sanctions and decades of mismanagement meant that the country now accounts for just 1% of global production. But so far, some American oil companies like ConocoPhillips and Chevron not overtly signing on to the president's plan.
The task alone is a massive one and would be a very expensive one for any company to undertake.
U.S. oil companies say they lost billions when they were forced out by Venezuela's government, leaving behind assets and lost profits. Trump says that will change.
We're in the oil business. We'll be selling oil probably in much larger doses.
Now, right now, China is the largest buyer of Venezuelan oil. President Trump doesn't like that. Instead, he would rather see that oil sold within the United States or to other friendly countries. But bottom line, Lindsay, is that we are likely at least years away before we see a truly significant increase in Venezuelan oil production. Lindsay?
Matt Rivers reporting from Colombia. Thank you. The images inside Venezuela, a mix of celebration and fear over the country's future, many expressing relief.
World is crazy right now. Yeah, right, it is. Limp Lindsey Graham. I know, that guy sucks. He's so evil. Trump, only we can control the coke. Yeah, right. Get ready for a tech bro takeover. The brotocracy is upon us. Take a country in turmoil and fix it with an IA. AI? Jews, I mean Americans are scary. That guy bugs me, I know. He's like, well, he's evil. I can't even. Starting the new year with complete bullshit. I mean, did you expect anything else? If they were concerned about bringing drugs into the country, they'd kidnap the CIA. I'm not rooting for Trump. I'm just telling you the way it is and why the Venezuelans are agreeing. If they disagreed, they would be protesting right now. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it works out well for Venezuelan people. I just know usually when America goes in somewhere and starts messing with stuff, it's not usually a good thing for that country. Historically. Statistically. You know what I'm saying? Looks like Saddam again. Right up there with China when it comes to surveilling the public. Never had an opportunity to try cocaine. Iraq, Iran, Afghan, Libya, and much others all over again. Tobacco company? China assist on the down low with the abduction. Boycott oil. How? I would have to get in. How do you boycott oil? Hello, Luke. Just do the kicking the can down the road rant before my battery runs out. What you mean kicking the can down the road? About what? Dude, so I started following Jack White on Instagram, and he posted a picture of himself in a vintage NASA shirt, and he has like this NASA sign on some building somewhere, and I was like, oh my god, I want to vomit. I really like Jack White's music though. I still like Jack White's music. It's all good, buddy. But I guess we won't be hanging out anytime soon. Flippin' dip. Thunder chicken. I do not freebase cocaine. There's a huge pocket of natural gas found in between Aruba and the border of Venezuela. So in the waters. So Aruba was even fussing about the natural gas being found in our region, but who are we to protest against Venezuela? We have 120,000 people. His mother worked for... No, yeah, Jack Black's mom, not Jack White. Think the electric vehicle cartel is pumped about this new development. But even if you have an electric vehicle, don't parts of it need lubrication and need oil? I don't know how you get away from using oil. I see. January 5th, that's today. 8:13 a.m. Dang, man. Get that effect behind him. Did they do that with the camera, or is it just that the stuff is so far away behind him that that's what it looks like? That's kind of a crazy effect. You know what I'm saying? What is that? That looks wild. Jack White bailed on Michigan and ran down to Nashville. Yeah, he lives in Nashville. I went to his Third Man Records when I took my daughter to Nashville. I was like side quest, because we went to the Parthenon. Which I made a video about. It was fun. But then I also went to the Third Man Record store, and we looked around inside. It was pretty cool. Everything was really expensive. I would have bought a hat, but they were kind of cheesy. Like, I was like, this is kind of cheesy. It's not even embroidered. Like, come on, Jack. At least embroider some hats, bro. Anyway. Yeah. All the agents' faces are blurred out. How come these guys get their face blurred out, but these guys, you can see their face? How come it's okay to see that guy's face? It's okay to see that guy's face, but not that guy's face? I feel like it's the same dude. This is the same dude? It's the same guy. Got a hat on. Whatever. Boy, everybody's just all up in arms reacting to reaction. Holocaust survivor Ava Schloss, stepsister of Anne Frank, dies at 96. Oh, God. Oh, AI is being trained to spot mental health issues. How convenient, so that they can target people with mental health issues and convince them to kill themselves, probably. Indicted for narco-terrorism. Many members of Maduro's security team were killed, but his top allies still have control over the South American country. Trump said that Venezuelan leader Delcy Rodriguez could pay a bigger price than Maduro if she doesn't do what's right. Oh, God. Trump's military operation is facing scrutiny from Democrats in Congress and from some world leaders. The drug trafficking charges have also reignited criticism over Trump's pardon of former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted of using his position to aid the flow of cocaine into the U.S. Oh, really? Oh, really? In an address from his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, Trump said the U.S. could run Venezuela until political transition could be completed. Secretary of State Marco Rubio later explained that the U.S. would use leverage from its oil blockade and regional military presence to achieve policy goals. Venezuela is a crude-rich country that could see billions of dollars in investment from U.S. oil companies following Maduro's ouster, Trump said. But Venezuela is also saddled with distressed debt, resulting in a years-long financial crisis. Oh, that means that Venezuela is our bitch. That's what that means. Be our puppet or else, right? Charlie, Erica, and Candace are finally not the singular narrative being pushed out. Someone put up a collage of photos showing Maduro changing clothes a lot more often than a catwalking lady. Who got all the records I sold so I could buy cocaine? Oil or manufacturing? Yeah. Vegetable oil, animals, and fats. Yeah, that's true. However, the problem, well, you would have to have a machine that was directly hooked up to a power source, because the batteries, having to create batteries to power electric machines, you know, that would replace all the big machines that we need oil for and gas for, like the big diesel machines that charge all the electric cars right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, would have to be directly hooked up to a power source. So I don't know why they don't do that now. Why? Because, oh, I know why. Duh. I only have to think about it for a second before I know why. It's because it would drain the power system. It would drain the electrical grid. And then, like, you wouldn't have power for your houses and shit. So, I don't know, dude. An effort to bury the potential monetaries. Someone put up. Did you see that cartoon I posted in the Rebellion main chat? No, I didn't. Let me look. far back is it? I guess not. Are you sure you put it in that chat? Tim Walz just dropped out of the governor's race. Oh, nice. They should use any number of the free energy machines they squashed. Should just use any of the free energy machines. Yeah, right? Saw that the electric grid is down in Berlin. What about the Somali fraud? Yeah, the Somali fraud is I'm sure that's a thing, but it's like such a drop in the bucket compared to what's, all the fraud in this government and how corrupt it is and all the money laundering and all the billions of dollars that goes to Israel. I mean, what about that bullshit? All of that is like way more money than the Somali people are getting for fake daycare. And all of it comes from American tax dollars. It's just, all of it is just absolutely ridiculous and frivolous and unnecessary and insane. It's insanity. It's so much money. Anyway. It's all just meant to deplete the wealth from the average person. Tampon Timmy. California had a tornado warning yesterday. Yeah, tornadoes started happening in California, which is crazy because the whole time I grew up there was never any tornadoes, but they took my oil too. What? Is that Diddy? Since when do we call 9 billion a drop in the bucket? Oh, so they're saying it's 9 billion now in Somali fraud? Is it that much? I honestly haven't been paying attention. I saw somewhere they were like, oh, this company got $1 million and this company got $200,000 and blah, blah, blah. So, that's like nowhere near 9 billion. So where did you see 9 billion? Let's see. Amounting to billions in misused funds. Oh, wow. Minnesota fraud scheme. Multi-million-dollar fraud. Okay, it said multi-million-dollar, but it billions? A billion? Well, this is a billion. Billions. Okay, so billions. Let's see what AI says. That's Al Jazeera. Claims of misappropriation. Allegations suggest that daycare centers run by Somali immigrants misappropriated over $100 million in federal and state funds. A conservative influencer's video. See, there's that guy, right? What's his name? People are exposing that guy too, though. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to think. I'm sure there's fraud, but I think the whole government is fraudulent at this point. Like, it's totally corrupt. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's just resigning. She's like, you can't even fix it from the inside. It's so broken, and she's resigning. Essentially is what's going on with her. Border fraud investigations. A border fraud scam involving approximately $9 billion in misused social assistance funding in Minnesota, with many of the accused being of Somali descent. Oh, wow. So, is this how we were funding the pirates in Somalia? There have been numerous convictions related to fraud in various programs, including those for autism services and housing stabilization. Minneapolis Somali community say they face harassment. Oh, you poor things. Owns a cafe in the same building as a Somali-run daycare. So $9 billion just from Minnesota? You found 100 million in worth one day of canvassing in Minneapolis. Wow. Meanwhile, everybody's poor, everybody's broke, nobody can afford to buy a house, nobody can afford to rent a house, people can barely afford to buy groceries, and then we got $9 billion worth of fraud. Where does that money go? So where did the money go? I can only assume if it's Somali, like back to Somalia, where they funded pirates, the pirating over there off the coast of Somalia. I don't know. Fraud the government, you might get harassment, right? Nick Shirley, that's it. Saying the mainstream media is your enemy. 50-year mortgages, right? Israel. I mean, $9 billion in just Minnesota? Over how many years? Over how many years? You know? Ends campaign for re-election amidst what? Amidst the discovery of $9 billion of fraud in his state? How does Minnesota... Minnesota is known as a land of 10,000 lakes, but it actually has closer to 15,000 lakes. The state became the 32nd state of the United States on May 11th, 1858. Its capital is St. Paul. Population 5.8 million. Does that money come from federal, or like was that money that was funneled through the Fed through to the state, to the Somali people, or was it actually from the state of Minnesota? Because 5.8 million people and then $9 billion in fraud. A GDP of 472 billion in 2023. What? Everybody just making billions of dollars these days? Labor force 3.1 million people. Manufacturing, food processing, machinery, and electronics. General Mills and Cargill are prominent. Oh, Cargill is a huge company. Mining. Minnesota is the largest producer of iron ore in the U.S. Oh. Mining operations are concentrated in the Iron Range. Home to major retailers like Target and Best Buy. The Mall of America is a notable retail landmark. So, in 2023, they had a GDP of 472 billion. And then $9 billion in fraud. Hey Liz, thank you for that. Thank you. 1 in 10 are millionaires in the US these days. Well shit, I got a whole bunch of friends and I don't think any of them are millionaires. Billion is the new million. Federal money given to the state. Took a picture at midnight. Yeah, it was really bright. The moon was really bright. Extremely bright. What'd you call it? The wolf moon? So it's full moon on the 2nd. And then the next full moon will be February 1st. That was like the 3rd. Yeah, Saturday, Friday, Saturday night. No blue moon this year? Mm-mm. Hello, Buckeye Jim. Wolf moon, the Indians called it the ice moon. So excited to be the first one here today and first thumbs up like a little kid. So let's see. So that's like what, 1% essentially of their budget was fraud. A little over 1%, maybe almost 2%. I mean, I guess it is a drop in the bucket. 116 people injured in Swiss resort. Oh, did you see this? Now this was crazy. On New Year's Eve, all those people partying in this upscale resort in Switzerland, and the place catches on fire, and all those idiots were just dancing around and recording the fire. So yeah, this. Like, they're so drunk that they're just dancing around with the fire. Place is on fire. Kills 40. So that was crazy. Look at them, they're all just recording it. The place is on fire and they're like, yeah, whatever. Helped trap patrons escape. Right here. Isn't that crazy, that poor girl? Why do they gotta put stupid music on it? I mean, this is just insane to me. So what, they all have sparklers, they catch the place on fire, and then they just laugh about it? They're like, ha ha ha, we caught everything on fire. Shit's wild, man. People think that the Swiss ski resort fire is a psyop. Everything's a psyop, right? Everything's a psyop. Alcohol and people with fireworks and sparklers on New Year's Eve being drunk, and bad things never happen, right? Humans never do stupid shit when they drink too much and have access to fireworks and alcohol and more alcohol inside of a building. Yeah, right, sure. Humans never do stupid shit. Come on. Come on. Before this even happened, there was like America's Funniest Home Videos, and a lot of that was people recording their family members doing incredibly stupid shit. This is before the fire starts. Just wild, man. What is this? ...2003 station nightclub fire in Rhode Island, 100 dead. Wait. I don't remember that. Let's see. I want to know about that. 2003. The station nightclub fire. A fire that occurred on February 20th of 2003. A fire occurred at the station, a nightclub and music venue in West Warwick, Rhode Island, United States, killing 100 people and injuring 230. During a concert by the rock band Jack Russell's Great White, an offshoot of the original Great White Band, a pyrotechnic display ignited flammable acoustic foam in the walls and ceiling surrounding the stage. Oh, so that's the same thing that caught fire in this other place. Because that's what was there, right? It was like acoustic foam at the top of the... That's acoustic foam right there. Super flammable. Oy vey. Yeah, soundproofing foam in the ceiling was set on fire by accident. Teenagers aged 14 and 15 are among the 40 dead in the fire that broke out in a ski resort bar in Crans, Montana, Switzerland, raising questions about age controls. Yeah, they don't... Yeah, Europe is not so strict with that stuff. We'll just say that. They are not so strict with that stuff. Partygoers aged 16 to 26. Killing at least 40 people... Mostly young partygoers, 16 to 26. Oh, wow. So where's this other one where it says that they were identified? So all 116 people in Swiss resort fire identified, say police. Bodies of first foreign victims repatriated after 40 people died in fire at New Year's Eve party in Crans, Montana. All 116 people injured in the fire that tore through a bar in the Swiss ski resort of Crans, Montana during New Year's Eve party, killing 40, mostly young partygoers, have been identified, police have said, as the bodies of the first foreign victims were repatriated. Police in Valais, Canton said in a statement on Monday they had revised the number of wounded down from 119 because 3 people admitted to accident and emergency wards on Thursday morning had been wrongly recorded as injured in the blaze. Oh, okay, so some people weren't from that. Authorities believe the fire in the crowded La Constellation bar started at the basement after sparklers attached to champagne bottles were held too close to the ceiling, which images on social media suggest was clad with soundproofing foam. Among the injured were 68 Swiss citizens, 21 French, 10 Italians, 4 Serbs, and 4 dual nationals, police said, as well as 2 Poles and 1 person from 7 other countries. 1 person each from 7 other countries. 83 people were still in hospital being treated for severe burns. 40 people who died in the fire, who included 21 Swiss nationals, 9 French citizens, including 2 with dual nationality, 6 Italians, and 1 person each from Belgium, Portugal, Romania, and Turkey, were identified on Sunday. Authorities have not yet released the names of the victims, although several have been publicly identified by their families. They were between 14 and 39 years old, but were overwhelmingly young. 20 were minors, and the average age was 19. Oh, that's pretty sad. How sad. The bodies of 5 of the 6 dead Italian nationals were being repatriated on Monday. 4 Swiss police officers carried each coffin to an Italian transport plane in the military area of Sion Airport, about 16 miles from Crans, Montana. The plane was due to land at Milan Airport late on Monday, where the bodies of Achille Barossi and Chiara Costanzo from Milan, Giovanni Tamburi from Bologna, and Emanuele Galappini from Genoa would be received by officials and relatives. How sad. It would then fly on to Rome with a coffin containing the body of Riccardo Minghetti. The Italian government said the 6th Italian victim, Sofia Prosperi, lived in Switzerland and would be buried there. How sad. Pressures were mounting for answers as to how the fire could have happened. Authorities are investigating the bar's owners, the French nationals Jacques and Jessica Moretti, on suspicion of crimes including homicide by negligence. Ooh. The married couple have not so far been placed under arrest and are not seen as a flight risk, the public prosecutor has said, but the Swiss tabloid Blick on Monday demanded to know why the couple running the bar are still free. In a social media post, Italy's far-right Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini said there had been a failure to ensure the bar's basement was safe, adding that in civilized Switzerland, the prison gates will have to open for quite a few people. Another Swiss newspaper said questions remain to answer about the age checks at the bar, the soundproofing material used in the basement, and the standards governing the use of the sparklers, so-called Bengal fountains. Jacques Moretti has said La Constellation had been checked 3 times in 10 years and that everything had been done according to the rules, and local officials in Crans, Montana have said no concerns have been raised or defects reported. Interesting. So maybe don't bring sparklers attached to champagne bottles and hold them up to the foam ceiling. I don't know. It's really sad that so many young people died. Hey, Dr. Law. Good to see you. Hey, Angela baby. It was a Great White concert. I remember that. Yeah. Once I read it, it did start to come back. I completely forgot about it. These folks won't be procreating. We need alcohol and chainsaws? Yeah, no kidding. I do stupid shit with fire and without alcohol, right? Exactly. Exactly. And they were all so young. The roof is on fire. Haha, Billington, that's funny. Thanks, Buckeye. Ted Summers in the house. I survived the stupid shit I did. At least physically, yeah. I mean, you know, it's a tragic thing that happens. Dude, sometimes bad stuff happens. Everything that makes the news is not a psyop. Bad stuff really does happen. Now, some things could be the result of, you know, who knows what's going on. But, like, things like that, like a fire where a bunch of people are partying on New Year's Eve and a bunch of people die because they're partying and they're drunk and they think it's funny and they don't get out in time. Like, dumb shit happens like that. That really does happen. I don't know why people would think that's a psyop. I mean, if you want to think everything is fake and nothing bad happens, and then what, when something bad happens to you, you're going to be like, who's psyoping me, man? This is a psyop. You know? Like, come on. Climate of crisis leaves tens of thousands without power in Berlin. Did somebody in chat mention that? Did they not? A suspected arson attack in southwest Berlin over the weekend prompted a major power outage with tens of thousands of households affected. The cause of the outage was identified as a fire on a cable bridge over the Teltow Canal near the Lichterfelde power station, according to grid operator Stromnetz Berlin. Local officials have attributed the incident to an arson attack from the Volcano Group, a left-wing extremist group. And what was the point of setting fire to this piece of equipment and putting all these people out of power during the middle of winter? Volcano Group, like, why would you do that? Tens of thousands of homes and businesses in Germany's capital without electricity and near freezing temperatures. A fire in southwest Berlin prompted a major power outage with 45,000 households and 2,200 commercial entities across 4 districts affected. Cause was identified as a fire on a cable bridge over the Teltow Canal. 10,000 households and 300 businesses in Lichterfelde district have since had electricity restored, although 35,000 households and 1,900 businesses remain affected. The grid company said power for all customers is not expected to be restored until Thursday afternoon, at a time when Berlin is experiencing snowy conditions and sub-zero daily temperatures. Yeah! What the hell? Attributed the power outage to an arson attack. I mean, who knows if that's true? Citing the climate crisis and build-out of artificial intelligence infrastructure. So you put regular people out of home to out of power to protest the build-out of artificial intelligence. Why don't you go set fire to where they're building the artificial intelligence infrastructure? I'm sure you can figure it out. I mean, I don't condone this stuff, but why would you just make innocent people lose power in the middle of winter? It's not their fault. Vulcan Group previously claimed responsibility for an attack on the power supply of Tesla's Gigafactory near Berlin in 2024. The incident forced Elon Musk's company to halt production for a brief period. Okay, well, the Vulcan Group sounds like a bunch of retards. I don't know. Missed it? I missed it too. Because I was reading. Auto auction space was full of AI. Part of maturing is realizing you did some stupid shit. That's true. Starting to get dark here, so over these short days. Well, the days are supposed to start getting longer now. From here on out, they start getting longer. When are the extraterrestrial aliens gonna do whatever? I don't know. Our annual power ranking of U.S. rocket companies changes near the top and the bottom. Junk DNA could hide switches that allowed DNA Alzheimer's to take hold. Oh, let's read about this because you know people love this bullshit. Hey, Methinks Bear, welcome. Redondo Rocket, hey. China's artificial sun just broke a fusion limit scientists thought was unbreakable. Source: the Chinese Academy of Sciences headquarters. Researchers using China's artificial sun fusion reactor have broken through a long-standing density barrier in fusion plasma. The experiment confirmed that plasma can remain stable even at extreme densities if its interaction with the reactor walls is carefully controlled. This finding removes a major obstacle that has slowed progress toward fusion ignition, and advance could help future fusion reactors produce more power. China's artificial sun fusion reactor has crossed a critical plasma density threshold that scientists once thought was unreachable. The result brings fusion ignition closer than ever. Superconducting experimental advanced fully superconducting experimental advanced superconducting tokamak have successfully reached a long theorized density-free regime in fusion plasma experiments. What does that mean? In this state, the plasma remains stable even when its density rises far beyond traditional limits. Okay, the results published in blah 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 now shed new light on how one of fusion energy's most stubborn physical barriers might finally be overcome on the road to ignition. Why density limits have held fusion back. Nuclear fission is widely Nuclear fusion is widely seen as a potential source of clean and sustainable energy. In deuterium-tritium fusion, the fuel must be heated to about 13 keV. Is that Kelvin? 150 million Kelvin? I don't know what keV is. 150 million Kelvin to reach optimal conditions. At such temperatures, the amount of fusion power produced increases with the square of the plasma density. Despite this advantage, tokamak experiments have long been constrained by an upper density limit. When that limit is exceeded, the plasma often becomes unstable, disrupting confinement and threatening the operation of the device. These instabilities have been a major obstacle to improving fusion performance. A newer theoretical framework known as a plasma wall self-organization offers a different explanation for why density limits arise. A density-free regime can emerge when the interaction between the plasma and the reactor's metallic walls reaches a carefully balanced state. In this regime, physical sputtering plays a dominant role in shaping plasma behavior. So how do they achieve that state then? Carefully controlled the initial fuel gas pressure and applied electron cyclotron resonance heating during the startup phase of each discharge. The strategy allowed plasma wall interactions to be optimized from the very beginning. Okay, so they messed with the temperature and the pressure. Initial fuel gas pressure. So they changed their mixture and changed the temperature of the wall. They applied heating. This strategy allowed plasma wall interactions to be optimized. As a result, impurity buildup and energy losses were greatly reduced, allowing the plasma density to increase steadily by the end of startup. Under these conditions, East successfully entered the PWSO predicted density-free regime, where stable operation was maintained even at densities far exceeding empirical limits. So they changed the temperature of something. Temperature is a coefficient of just about everything, whether you realize it or not. I think it is. It's a major factor in how things work. It truly is. interesting how that is. Density regime, yes, you're right. Did I open the phone line? No, I did not. I'll do that right now. Thank you for the reminder. Genre user. What is that how you say your name? Genre user? Genruser? That's what I said before. It was Genruser. Genre user. You're just making it more confusing. The original Napster pirates are the Somalians. OG Napster pirate. China would love for you to think they're on the verge of solving the fusion puzzle. Well, we'll see what happens. Probably nothing. It's like one of those things where they've been thinking about it forever. Forever. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen, it's Ron. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Hey, got 5 things for you. I'll make them fast.
Okay.
Somali. Have you heard of Somaliland?
Somaliland? Is that different?
Yeah, apparently Israel is the first country to recognize Somaliland, and it's where they want to resettle all the Palestinians.
Really?
Yeah, that should explain a lot, shouldn't it? That's big in the news. The Somali fraud.
Somaliland is in Somalia?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, officially, the Republic of Somaliland is partially a recognized country on the Horn of Africa.
Yeah, so apparently it's where they want to resettle the Palestinians. James Lee broke this story. And also the Nick Shirley is a Mormon, for whatever that's worth. And
yes, he is a Mormon.
He's the one going after the Somali. Well, sorry.
I said he is a Mormon. That's right.
And probably a plant, and did the street activism. Like that's how Charlie Kirk started off. So I'm just noticing the pattern. And he was over in Israel quite a bit, Nick Shirley, interviewing people and doing street activism over there too. Yeah, in Somaliland. And the average IQ of a Somalian is 64, I heard. So they're retards.
That's hilarious.
So they had the sophistication to pull off this fraud, and Israel uses them for their land to relocate the Palestinians. Anyway, my little pattern recognition. Anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
And that James Lee is the guy on the internet broke that story. I think Jimmy Dore reiterated it. I haven't watched that video yet, but okay. Some other things. Do you know who the largest holder of U.S. Treasuries is now? Not China or Japan anymore. The Cayman Islands.
The Canaan Islands.
Cayman, yeah.
Cayman Islands.
Yeah, we're buying our own treasuries through the Cayman Islands. That's our bet. our system is. How in debt. We're buying our own debt through the Cayman Islands, buying our own treasuries back.
Oh, God.
That's why we money launder through the Cayman Islands all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm 90% sure that's true. I just heard that in passing about the Cayman Islands and now the U.S. Largest U.S. Treasury holders. And two more things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might like this one. I wrote it down. I typed it out, rather. Palantir's, you know how you love Palantir. Palantir's Gotham software is on most, if not all, police vehicles, computers. And the officer can see, while he's got you pulled over, all of your bank accounts, the balances in those accounts, the last time you spent cash somewhere. They can see your relationships, your previous addresses, family relationships, and even physical descriptions, including tattoos. They can see every time you hit a flock camera anywhere in the country. And the flock is a giant national traffic monitoring system that is basically everywhere now, taking photographs and using AI to read license plates and put identities to people and places and keeping all of that data. We now have the biggest surveillance system we've ever had. To me, ours is more hidden than China's. That's just what I think.
What's the last thing you said?
Well, I put that in there. To me, ours is more hidden than China's.
Oh, okay.
Our surveillance system is just as complete, I think. It's just more hidden.
Yeah, it's just not as
most people don't know about all the flock cameras and where they are and how much data they're actually. Like a police officer could tell how much money you got.
Oh yeah, and there's cameras all over at every billboard. All those things have cameras on them and stuff. They're everywhere.
Yeah, with AI, they can read it all, and they're gathering all the data that's publicly available. They want the private data too. So they'll probably get that eventually, but they have all the public. The AI can within seconds read everything about you that's online that you've ever posted. Your income, your bank account, your tattoos. They said something about tattoos. If you ever paid for it, I forget how. They have that, to identify your corpse.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. If you use a card to pay for a tattoo at a tattoo shop.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Somehow that's public record.
Well, then I think they only think I have one tattoo then.
Yeah. It's just creepy. The policemen too, and police officers are like civilians. And, psychopaths are attracted to being politicians, police officers, doctors, etc. The police officers having that information too, just that quickly. Palantir Gotham software on their little computer in their police vehicle.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if they pay to have that information, I think you have to have the contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They said, what I heard was most, all, I don't know if it's all police precincts or whatever can afford it. But I'll bet you it's most all. Palantir subsidized it. The government subsidizes it probably for every police officer, police station. Anyway. Two more things. Off topic. Mark was talking about flossing teeth, and he says he uses a Glide dental floss. Mm-hmm. It has a forever chemical in it. Throw it out.
Really?
It has a forever chemical in it. If you make your gums bleed, you're getting that in your bloodstream. The forever chemical. Well, most people don't know that. I threw all mine away. I go back to the wax stuff. Your community would like to know that.
Okay.
It's a forever chemical. Don't get it in your bloodstream. Anyway.
Okay. Sounds good.
And you were talking about plasma. This is I don't know anything about this story, but I heard it was rumored. I think it was the Brown University shooting. One of them, one of the MIT guys, had a plasma breakthrough. That's all I know about it. I thought you might be interested in that. So that might be another suppressed technology murder.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I just heard that rumor. He was just made a breakthrough with some
You
kind
mean
of
the
plasma
one,
technology.
the Portuguese guy that was killed by the other Portuguese guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who. I just heard MIT guy. It was during the time that those professors or something were getting shot.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's all I know about it. I shouldn't talk about things I don't know about. But anyway, I want to tell you about Somaliland. Isn't that crazy? You want to put the Palestinians there?
Yeah, and then it does say right here, Israel becomes first UN member to recognize Somaliland as an independent state.
Crazy. All roads lead back to Palestine. I heard this also too, that Trump met with Putin for 4 hours on the phone before he kidnapped Venezuelan, and they think it's like Russia's going to get Ukraine and we're going to get Venezuela. They're doing like little trades, little deals. Anyway, I know nothing more about that. I just heard that as a rumor.
I mean, geopolitics is a complicated thing, and none of us have access to the meetings that go on behind closed doors regarding all that stuff. So who knows?
Exactly. But it's like pawns on a chessboard and like kings playing. You know what I mean? Like, you get this land, I'm playing Risk or something.
Yeah.
Like game Risk. Yeah, so stupid and evil.
Just don't. The only thing I can say is don't fight in their wars.
Yeah, I mean,
if you can avoid
that's why they prey on the 19-year-olds, people that don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got, Karen. I want to tell you little things there.
Cool. Well, thank you.
All
Thanks for calling. Happy New Year.
You're welcome. Happy New Year. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, Karen.
Tim Wells dropped out of the race. Yeah, I've seen that pop up a couple times here on screen, so I'm pretty sure that did happen. Watch, let's see. Minnesota governor says he will not seek re-election 53 minutes ago, so there you go. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said Monday that he will be ending his bid for re-election amid a fraud scandal in the state that had recently become the focus of the U.S. President Donald Trump. See, because we were talking about the Somali fraud, which is actually $9 billion in fraud. So I didn't think it was that much, but it is that much. So like 1 to 2% of Minnesota's budget, as we found out, has been going directly to fraud under the Somali daycares under Tim Walz's watch. And so now he will not be seeking re-election in the state of Minnesota. Republicans have criticized Walz for his handling of fraud involving the state's social safety net programs. Walz has said that his government is taking measures to prevent future fraud. Oh, sure they are. Among the critics was Trump, whose administration had recently frozen federal funds for child care in Minnesota. Okay, so it was federal funds for child that was going to the child care in Minnesota. Organized group of criminals have sought to take advantage of our state's generosity. Yeah, how many of them are you friends with, Timmy boy? Minnesota, home to the largest population of Somali immigrants in the U.S., has been the focus of immigration enforcement by Trump, who has said that he does not want them in the country. With Walz stepping aside from the race, it's unclear so far who will run for governor from the Democratic Party in the upcoming election. Democrats have won every statewide office in Minnesota since 2006. Wow. Around a dozen Republicans have jumped in the race, including MyPillow founder Mike Lindell, oh my gosh, who is a Trump ally, as well as Minnesota House Speaker Lisa DeMuth. So there you go. MyPillow guy wants to be governor of Minnesota now that Walz is stepping down. You don't like your own name? First day back at school and my granddaughter is sick. She needs to stay home and she's not happy about it. Oh. Looking forward to seeing her friends again? Yeah. Happy New Year, Crumb. What's up, dude? Has she talked about JD Vance's house getting shot at? I have not. I did see where somebody got arrested for causing damage to JD Vance's home. They put out an ad for children actors, did they? That's hilarious. Good to see. Don't follow Crumb. So that's what's going on there. What else is going on? China's Russian town has log cabins and Cyrillic signs, but no Russians. That's the New York Times thing. And they always want money for their stupid articles. Holocaust survivor Ava Slosh, stepsister of Anne Frank, dies at 96. Anne Frank Trust of UK, of which Sloss was honorary president, has said she died Saturday in London, where she lived. Britain's King Charles III said he was privileged and proud to have known Slosh, who co-founded the charitable trust to help young people challenge prejudice. Oh, of course. Like the Franks, Ava's family spent 2 years in hiding to avoid capture after the Nazis occupied the Netherlands. They were eventually betrayed, arrested, and sent to Auschwitz death camp. Slosh and her mother Fritzi survived until the camp was liberated by Soviet troops in 1945. Her father Erich and brother Heinz died in Auschwitz. After the war, Ava moved to Britain, married German-Jewish refugee Zvi Slosh, and settled in London. In 1953, her mother married Frank's father, Otto, the only member of his immediate family to survive. Anne Frank died of typhus in the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp at the age of 15 months before the end of the war. We must never forget the terrible consequences of treating people as other, Schloss said. We need to respect everybody's races and religions except for Palestine. Except for the Palestinians. Where'd she get a ballpoint pen from back then? Yeah, no kidding. Why would a Russian town in China expect Russians to be residing there? Well, you know, that article right there is basically just highlighting that Russia and China, you know, they meet at a certain point. Basically, that town is Tartarian. That's real Tartaria right there. That Russian Chinatown is real Tartaria. That's what it really is. Oh, look, here it is for free. This is where New York Times stole it from. China's Russian town has log cabins and Cyrillic signs, but no Russians. So there's like, look at Russian-style buildings there, but then it's all Chinese writing. Enhe was once home to thousands of ethnic Russians. Under Xi Jinping's push for ethnic unity, little remains beyond nostalgia and props for tourists. Andrew Higgins reported from the Chinese towns of Enhe and Urga near the Russian border, where the temperature fell below minus 22 Fahrenheit in December. Putin of Russia has been waging war for nearly 4 years on the western edge of his vast country to preserve what he sees as a vital part of the Russian world, citizens of Ukraine who speak Russian and have blood ties to Russia. More than 3,000 miles to the east, however, Russia has already lost a centuries-old foreign outpost of its language and culture, a remote patch of northern China entombed in ice and snow, set up by the Chinese government nominally to protect the folk traditions and identity of China's tiny Russian minority. The ethnic Russian township of Enhe has lots of birch trees, thick snow, Siberia-style log cabins, Cyrillic script, and vodka. Oh, read more in the New York Times. No, thank you. Here we go. Here's Wikipedia on it. So there's China, and there's the little town way up north here. An actual Potemkin village. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen, it's Ginger. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, just had to go to the DMV, so that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm standing outside of Wendy's.
Okay.
So,
are you going to get some Wendy's?
Well, I'm waiting for my my party to show up. So.
Okay. Party.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, sorry I haven't been around for a couple weeks. They've been making me work on Mondays, and I resent them for it.
Oh.
So, yeah, I really got nothing. Just wanted to say hi. Your cat video was adorable.
Oh, thank you.
The short.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's his name?
That's Foxy.
Okay.
Foxy, yes. That little kitten showed up to our house randomly back in July as a little baby. A little skinny baby. Yeah.
I'm betting Sasquatch hurled it at your house.
Well, she was okay. She wasn't hurt or anything, so I don't think she was hurled, but...
Well, delivered to the perfect person, so... Yeah.
Yes, we love her.
Yeah, absolutely adorable. All right, well, I guess that's about all I got.
All right.
So.
Well, cool.
All right.
How you doing?
Yeah. Turmoil. It's not been great, but whatever. So.
Turmoil.
Anyway.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. This too shall pass.
Yeah. There's just too much loss. Which is why I'm happy to see a little tiny kitten getting love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your Moonday. And yeah, I'll try to talk to you next week again.
All right, cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah, take care.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye. His own political party. Foxy Roxy. Party at Wendy's. What's up? Tartardian, yeah. Tardrarian? I say retardtarian. Retardtaria is how I say it. Yes, 1144. 444, Liz, yeah. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. It's Tony Coriolis.
What's up, Tony?
Oh, not much. And I'll just start off. I've kind of kept it hidden, but I got like a new set of headphones. I don't know what was up with it, but it was just having like your audio come through very poor whenever I'm on a phone call. Mm-hmm. So I finally got a new set, so now I can fully hear you. Oh, okay. But I kind of hid that the whole time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you fixed that.
Yeah, I played it off. I played it off very well. If anyone goes back on my phone calls.
Yeah, you did. I didn't know that you had any problem hearing me.
See, totally. I kept it hidden. I could kind of hear, but, not at peak Tony Coriolis call-in as it has been. So now we're back to normal. So all good.
Fantastic.
Totally. So, okay, I wanted to float at you. So, you know how that guy, he said his name today. I think he said Ron. But he normally never says his name. He called in earlier talking about the floss with the Forever chemical.
Mm-hmm.